Nothing super special about this photo, but I do hope that it is a cheerful spot of brightness to ring in the new year. I have noticed that with the past several of my photos, I've been shooting them with my D7100 and my 50mm f1.8 lens. That camera I got in the fall of 2013, I think, and that lens I got in the spring of 2012. And so they're both pretty old at this point. Or I guess, I mean, old is relative, but I've had them for a while, and yet I often come back to that combination. I like that camera. It's solid, doesn't have the greatest high ISO performance, but for a picture like this, it's great. You can't really beat it. And that lens continues all these years later to perform well above what you would expect for the price, which is like about $200. And photos like this are what I really like about that simple 50mm lens. This was in the garden in the main, I think they call it the formal garden at the Oklahoma State University campus. And I think I had just gotten a Mountain Dew or something with my friend as we were heading back to work from the little convenience shop inside the Union. And I saw this flower and a patch of other flowers. And rather than just take a photo straight on, I thought I would try and use a little bit of rim lighting. And that's when you light up the edge of your subject. And I couldn't control the lighting since it was a sunny day and I couldn't like position the flower or position the sun. But I positioned myself in such a way that the edges of it would be illuminated with this really bright glow. I also had to decide what aperture to use. I shot with f3.3, and that is, to really get that nice blurry background, I would have liked to get those balls of blurry white light on the right-hand side. I would have liked those to be bigger, but then your depth of field is pretty small. And on this photo, I wanted the flower to be nice and sharp all the way through, and that meant f3.3. Don't know if I used live view. I think I did, but the D7100 does not have a flip out screen, so it makes shooting photos like this, and this is really close to the ground, it makes shooting photos a little tricky. So I think I used live view just to get focus, and maybe I even focused manually. I'm not sure. Regardless, this was f3.3, 50mm, 2,000th of a second, and ISO 140. Not a whole lot to say about it, other than it's just the type of photo that when I take it, I'm just glad that I can do stuff like this, that I've learned how to take photos like this over the course of many years. And yeah, you could use a phone, but portrait mode won't do this. It'll approximate it, it'll blur the background, but it won't create this rich of an image that you can get with a proper DSLR camera or mirrorless camera and a nice 50mm lens. So last week the photo was kind of about looking back, and this to me is about remembering where you came from and looking forward from there. And this is a good reminder of a time when I didn't know how to get photos like this, and seeing photo opportunities where I might not expect them, which is that's been a theme on Weekly 50 ever since I started, and it's nice to be able to continue that. So here's to a Happy New Year to you and anyone, you and your family, your loved ones, and hope it's a good year for you.